Greeting dear students. Today we'll be doing chapter number 8 according to T.S. Grewal's book, that is the preparation of journal. So you know that transactions are recorded in the books on the basis of double entry system. And this system was evolved by Fra Luca Pacioli. So this Fra Luca Pacioli is in 14. You can say that 1494 of Italy in Venice, and further, but it was developed in England. And we also call this Luca Pacioli as the father of accountancy. So we know that every double entry system involves at least two persons. It can be two persons also, or it can be two parties or two accounts. At least there can be more than all that also, two accounts. It means there cannot be, we can write this, there cannot be a receiver unless there is a giver. Likewise, we can say that whenever some purchases goods, then it means some other must be selling it. Then only he'll be able to purchase. So there are two parties. You can take any transaction, you will find that there is a giver as well as receiver. So we can say that when something is coming out in the business, it will definitely comes in also. Or we can say that if something is coming into the business, then something must go out of the business also. So each and every, if you analyze any transaction, you will find that every transaction there is a receiver as well as giver. There is a buying as well as selling. Something is coming and something is going out. So what is journal? Let us talk about the meaning, because we will be studying this chapter, so you should know the meaning of journal. The word journal has been derived from the French word jour, J-O-U-R. Now, meaning of jour is daily records. Meaning of jour is daily records. You should know this brief history. Otherwise, this is not very important, but still, when you are learning new things, you should know the basic history of that. So, small business firms record their transactions through journal and then post them into ledger. So, you can say that this is the first step in the process of recording. And you know that after that we prepare trial balance and then final accounts. But big business houses, they prepare subsidiary books also, cash book, purchase book, sale book. But in small business house, a transaction is first recorded in journal, then transferred to ledger, then trial balance and final accounts. So original entry in which every business transaction is recorded in a systematic manner. We can say that journal is an original entry. initial entry, or you can call it as initial entry or original entry, in which, let us write the brief definition of journal, in which every business transaction is recorded in a systematic manner with the help of rules of debit and credit. And when we call systematic manner, and you can mention here for the first time, for the first time. And here we'll be making date wise record of transactions. And what is the other name of date wise record? You make the records on chronological order. So let us see the definition of journal once again. Original entry, journal is you can say that journal is an original entry in which every business transaction is recorded in a systematic manner for the first time. And here date wise record of transaction is also prepared. So first time entry, original books are known as journal. Let us see few more details of journal also. Yes. So we can say that in journal, debit is, while recording a transaction, debit is equal to credit. And moreover, if one person is benefited, if benefit is, or you can take it like this also, if benefit is given by one, the equal benefit will be, or it should be, received by other. So for every debit there has to be equal credit also. I hope you will be able to see the full screen. And now let us see the format of journal in brief. Format of journal. So when we are discussing format of journal, we need to prepare 5 columns. First column is for date, then second column is for particulars, next column ledger folio. We'll be discussing each and every column one by one. And the next one is debit amount. For amount I am writing this in rupees, and this will be credit amount in rupees. So these are the 5 columns of journal, and here we write journal. So let us discuss each and every column one by one. Date, this is the first column, date. In the date column we enter the transaction. Here we will be writing the date of entering a particular transaction. Like for example, if this transaction is on 1st April, so we'll mention 1st April 2020. So a date must be written here, and if it is not given, date is not given, we can write serial number also. And the next column is a particular column, and this column will be writing in a very logical manner. So first item, when we start writing in this particular column, the first item should be the debit item. And how to denote this? We'll be writing debit in front of this particular account. And the second under this is second we'll be writing a credit, and we'll leave a little space here, then we'll put 2. This 2 prefix will denote that we are giving credit to a particular account. So this account will denote credit. This will denote that this particular account is debited, and this part will denote that particular account is credited. And the next column is ledger folio. So this is the page number in the ledger. Means if you want to see the detail, you can go to that page number of that particular transaction. And here we'll be writing debit amount of debit transaction, and here we'll be writing amount of credit transactions. So we are not writing amount here, only the name of debit account will be written and name of credit amount will be written, and there can be 2 debits or 3 debits, but the total of this debit must be equal to credit. Likewise, the total of this debit amount must be equal to credit. So there are various advantages are given in the books. You just go through the advantages, limitations given in your book, advantages, limitations, objectives, that you need to read yourself. And if you are facing any problem in that, I'll discuss that. So now let us see the types of transaction. There can be 2 types of transaction. One is simple transaction and another is compound transaction. So in case of simple transaction, what will happen, or simple journal entry you can say, in case of when we make simple journal entry, in that case there will be only 1 debit account and 1 credit account. This you already know, we denote this account in the short form. But what will happen in case of compound journal entry? In case of compound journal entry, we record 2 debits against 1 credit account. 2 debit accounts against 1 credit account, or this can be the first option, first case. Second option can be, there can be 1 debit account against you can say 2 credit accounts. And the third one can be, there can be 2 debits with 2 credits. So this is known as compound journal entry. In simple journal entry, there will be 1 debit and 1 credit. So in today's lecture, we will be doing compound journal entry, and before that let us do the treatment of discount first. Then we'll be moving towards the numerical on compound journal entry. Treatment of discount. As we have already done in case of terminology, there are 2 types of discount. One is trade discount and another one is cash discount. So in this part, we will be learning the recording of discount. So when we discuss trade discount is basically done to encourage or to increase sale. The basic purpose behind trade discount is to increase the sale, and we promote bulk buying, that if you buy more than this, we'll give you discount. And more quantities are to be purchased, then more and more discounts are to be given. And here the basic purpose is to encourage the prompt payment. We give a incentive to the debtor that if he is making payment on time, we'll be able to give him cash discount. So this is discount at the time of receiving money. Or you can also, if suppose I am running a business and I am buying goods, and at that time also, if I'm making payment, I can get discount. So there can be two types of discounts, cash discounts. It can be discount received or discount allowed. So when will you receive discount? We'll receive discount if we are making payment, and we'll allow discount if we need to receive the money. So this is given by the supplier of goods when we are buying goods, when we are doing purchases, and this is allowed by the business, allowed by us to the customer for prompt payment. And moreover, if you need to write the difference, this is not recorded because this is a bargaining price also. Like for example, when you go to the market, and we used to start bargaining with the shopkeeper that if we buy this much quantity, will you be able to give us some discount? So this is a bargaining discount, bargaining price also. So this is not to be recorded. Not to be recorded, but it is deducted from the invoice price. Deducted from the list price or invoice price. And what will happen in this case? It is very much recorded. And one more important thing is, you cannot calculate cash discount unless and until you deduct trade discount. So first of all, for calculating cash discount, you can say for calculating cash discount, trade discount has to be deducted. Trade discount should be deducted, right? So these are the various types of discounts and their recording part. And I'll give you a brief journal entry, then we'll move to the main question. The journal entry when you receive discount and pay discount, when you receive discount and allow discount, cash discount received and cash discount allowed. So cash discount received means you are getting a discount, so this is a benefit, gain for us. So let us frame the journal entry. So in this case, cash discount received is our income, or you can say that it's a gain for us. So this gain has to be credited, while this is our expense. Expense has to be debited. So the journal entry here will be, you are buying goods and you are making payment, and payment is made to a supplier. So we'll write the name of the supplier or name of the seller. So seller, or you can say that supplier, or creditor will be better. Creditor's account debit. We are making payment in cash, so cash account, and to discount received. because you are making payment to creditor, so we'll follow the rules, 5 modern rules. According to that, liability is reduced. So when liability reduce, you will give reduction in liability, means it is to be debited. And to cash, to discount received, and here will be receiving money. So debit what comes in, or you can apply the rule, debit the increase in asset. Cash account will be debited to, sorry, you are allowing discount, so your discount allowed debit because it's your expense, and to the name of the debtor, name of the giver. So this was the brief introduction of journal and how these journals are prepared, what is to be done, who is the father of accounting, and how this word journal has been evolved from the word jur, daily records, and this is the format of journal, and 2 types of accounting. In the next lecture we will be doing a numerical based on compound journal entry. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.